Pykaso AI is an all-in-one creative platform that combines powerful tools for images, videos, and AI characters. It's designed to help creators experiment, refine, and even monetize their work. In this video, I'll give you a complete walkthrough, starting with account setup, then exploring the key features like face swap, the image and video generators, image to prompt, and many more. Finally, we'll break down the pricing plan so you'll know exactly what options are available and which one fits your needs best. Alright, so now first of all is that you want to go into the description of this video and use the link there to go here into the Pykaso website easily. Also look out for some coupon codes in there so that you can get the best prices possible or discounts when you are on the checkout page. Once you're here, you can now start setting up your account by clicking here on Join Now on the top right. Or you could go for sign in if you already have an account. So I'm just going to click here on Join Now and basically just provide the login details. Email, password, confirm password if you're signing up, or you could go for your Google account, Discord, or X account. Once you're logged in, you will now be prompted here into the homepage. So as for the pricing plan, we will be discussing that later on the last part of this video. For now, we'll be focusing on the main features. The first feature that we'll be discussing would be the AI characters. So you can see that here on the left menu. So if you don't have the left menu, you can just simply click here. So you can click on this button to expand it just like this. And I'm going to go click on AI characters. And from here, click on Create AI Character button. And now we'll be proceeding into the process of creating our character. So provide your AI character name. Let's say sample AI character, just for an example. And click on Create AI Character. And now it will now let us proceed into the next step. And as you can see, draft character created successfully. So we would now be able to see that right here. Next is that we would want to add a target face. So we can click here on Add Target Face. And you can drag and drop the face right here if you'd want, or you can click on it so that this dialog box would appear, and then you can choose the face. So I'm just going to go and scroll down a little bit, and I should see a face right here. So I'm just going to choose this one. Click on Open. And from here, I now have the face. And then next is that it's currently uploading, so you just have to wait for that. As you can see with this icon right here, wherein it has a loading icon, so you just need to wait for that to finish. And there it is. It is now finished. The next step is that we would need to unlock the AI image generator, and we have this button right here. It says Train. You want to click on that. Now you'll be prompted in here. So you would need to upload some images as much as possible on the same character or face right here. So 50 is the limit right here, and minimum of 10 is required. All right, I am now done uploading my minimum of 10 photos. So I'm now gonna go click here and make sure that you tick this box that you have all rights to upload and train these images, and reaffirm that you agree to the terms and service. So now I'm gonna click here on next to proceed. And now in here is that these are the training steps for a sample AI character. So you could select the number of training steps in here. So basically with the training steps in here, or the value that you want to get, you just simply would want to remember low steps would mean faster training, produce a lighter, less detailed character model, which is good for quick test or when you don't need high precision or consistency each time. So you can just go for a low value, like maybe here at the lowest, which is 2k steps. You can go for a little bit higher. We could say 2.5 or 2500. That's still low. You could go for the middle, which is 3k, depending on if you're in a rush or you just want a quick project with this character or not. But if you'd want to be as consistent as possible, then you want to make sure that you are on the highest step. So this would be you would have a longer wait time for this, slower training. The AI spends more time adjusting to the weights and patterns of the AI character, but it would result in a more accurate, consistent character that better reflects the input data. So as for me, I'm just going to go for a quickie. So I'm going to go here for the 2k steps for training steps. Next is the number of trainings. So you can go for one training right here if you'd want, and then the estimated time would be 40 minutes, and then the training price would be 40 credits, as you can see right here, and then you can see the number of credits that you have in here. So you want to make sure that you keep monitoring this. You don't want that to run out, because you will not be able to use any of the other features anymore if you run out of credits. And then once you're ready with everything, you can now click here on start training. All right, so as you can see, I have now completely trained my sample AI character that I have created. It says completed in here. So it had taken almost an hour before it got completed like this. And now once you have completely trained your AI character, is that you can now proceed into the features in here and you can use it here. For example, I'm going to go into face swap. So now in here, to do a face swap is first, you would need to upload the face that you would want to insert in a swap or in a body. So here is add new face. So this is where you would want to add it. So you could choose your AI character in here, or you could drop or select the files if that's what you want, and then you could just simply select the photo of the face that you would want to insert. So in my case, I'll just use my AI character that I have created. I'm going to click here. As you can see, it's now selected. Now you can go for the target files, and then you can now click here. And now you can choose the body wherein you would insert this face. So let me just find one for that. So I'm just going to go for a female body in here. And I'm going to go for this one. And now I'm going to click on open. And as you can see, it has now been uploaded in here. You can upload up to 100 files if you'd want. So I only need one just for a demo here in FaceSwap. Now I can click here on launch FaceSwap. Alright, so now here it is. It is now done face swapping. And from here, you can now click on the image so that you would be able to expand it. And from here, you'd now be able to see that we have this star icon. This is how much coins or credits you have used in doing the face swap. So it's 0.98 coins. And we also have the compare button in here. So we could go and make this lighter like this so we can see the before and after the face swap, which is like this. And we could hide that. And then we have the zooms right here. So if you'd want to zoom in, you could definitely do that. And then you could expand it more right here and so on. And then we also have the download button, so you could download it, upscale if needed. You can make it into an AI video, do another face swap, or go into the image editor, just like this one. So we'll be discussing that later on. Next is that we have the image to image. So with this one, this would basically let you take an existing picture and transform it into a new one by guiding the AI with its starting image. So in here, you can refer to the right side, wherein you could upload your starting image. You can click here in order for you to scan your storage and choose the image that you'd want. In my case, it's this one. I'm going to click on that and click on open. And next is that you can now proceed into step 2. So you can now select your character if you'd want to use one in placing them in your image. So for example, right here. So for example, I'm going to select my AI character in here that I have created. And then you could also go for advanced parameters, wherein you could now put a custom prompt. So if you have some specific details that you would want to happen in the result, this is where you put it. So in here in the prompt is that I'm just going to say, make sure to retain the blonde hair color of the character in the image. Just like that. And then now once you're done is that you can now click on a recreate image. You could also go here into auto generate if you'd like to auto generate the prompt in here. So I'm just gonna go and recreate image. I'm not satisfied with everything right here. And now here it is. Alright, it is now done. And now we can view our result in here. I can click on that. And from here you can see that the face is actually very accurate, and then it also has retained the hairstyle, even the hair color in here of the character that we have used. So yeah, this is basically how you'd be able to do the image to image in here. You'd be able to copy the style of the image with the character if you choose to put a character into your image. And this is how you would be able to do it with the custom prompt. Next is that we have the AI image generator here on the left menu. You can click on that and now you'll be prompted in here. So basically, it's a very simple feature from the name itself, image generator. So you can use AI to create an image in here, and you have your settings here on the right side. So now you can select the model in here. So the only choice that we have here is Flux. And then we have the AI character. So you could choose the AI character once again. So I would want to use my character right there. And in here, you can see the select training steps. So basically, the value here in training steps. So the lower value, it would mean a faster result, but the image may look rougher or less aligned with your prompt. And higher step would mean slower generation, but the AI spends more time fine tuning, which usually proceeds to sharper, more accurate, and more consistent images. So depending on how you'd want it to be. So if you have a lot of time and don't mind waiting, you can go for as much as possible right here. And yeah, basically you would have an even better result if it's available. Next is that we have the LoRa style. So basically this stands for low rank adaptation, which is LoRa, to apply specific styles or fine-tuned looks to your images. So in here, when you click on that, you would now have these choices. So we have the bad body category. So with this is basically these LoRa styles are trained on how to improve the AI rendering of human anatomy and proportions. So we can see that we have A and F right here for the better body. So these are just variations. Each has slightly different training data, so one might emphasize smoother curves, while the other focuses on more realistic muscle or the pose accuracy. And then we also have the camera. So with this, these styles mimic camera or photographic looks. So amateur photography would give the casual, less polished vibe, while the selfie aesthetic would make the image look like it was taken with a front-facing phone camera, emphasizing close framing and personal feel. So depending on how you want it. So what I want is basically just a selfie aesthetic. I'm gonna select that as my lower style, and from here you can choose the prompt adherence. So you want to drag this ladder on the left if you'd want to leave some creative room for the AI to work on and not be so strict on following the prompt that you have given. But if you'd want it to be very specific with the prompt that you have given, you can just slide it here on the right side so that it would follow your prompt absolutely. And in here is that you could also just go for slightly on the creative side if you'd want, and slightly in the follow prompt side if you'd want. So depending on how you'd want it. In my case, I'll just go here into the creative side a little bit. Next is that we have the seed. So basically, this is the number that controls the randomness of the image generation. So if you would want it to be random, then just leave it be right here if you don't want to use the seed. But you could also use seeds, just like this one, for example, the image that we have created earlier. We have the seed number. You could copy that and then you can put it here in this setting. And in this way, you would now be able to use that image as another reference. So it's especially useful when you are iterating designs or testing multiple looks without needing to rewrite the prompt. But as for this one, I don't want to use the seed, or I don't want to use the style in the image, so I'm just going to go and leave it empty. Next is aspect ratio. Just choose which one you want. So I'm just going to go for this one right here. Actually is already perfect. And the number of images, I'm going to go for 1. And then now is that you want to describe the image that you would want to generate. So I just want to choose my character in here. Next is that we can now go and make our prompt in here. So I'm just going to go for the character is wearing a formal attire and is speaking on a stage on a conference. So just a very general idea right here, but the details are already there. So let's see if the AI would be able to follow through. And actually here, I'm just going to go and edit my prompt adherence. I would want it to follow my prompt more. So I'm going to go here and click on generate now. All right, so now I'm going to build my prompt. So I'm just going to say the character is sitting on a chair in a photo shoot studio. So it's a very simple one, and let's see how the AI would handle this. And now I'm satisfied with all of my settings. Now I'm going to click here and generate to start processing it. Alright, so now here it is. Now we can view the picture. And as you can see, it looks really good. The character is sitting in a white chair in a photo shoot studio. As you can see, the backdrop here is very photo shooty, if that's the term. So yeah, I think I'm very satisfied with this. It's actually pretty good. And now you can do what you'd want to do with it: download, upscale, create an AI video, and so on. Next is that we have the AI image editor. So from the name itself, you can edit your image here using AI. So basically, I have now uploaded my photo in here. You can just click here and upload your photo. I have done it already. And now from here, the next thing is to just describe what you would want to be edited on the photo. So let's say that I'm gonna go for change the color of the pants and the coat to blue, something like that. And then now we can click here on start editing, and let's see if it would actually be able to change the color of the clothes of our subject. And now here's the result. We can now click here to expand, and then you'd now be able to see that the coat and the pants is now changed to color blue. Now you can use the compare button so that you'd be able to see the difference easily. You can click here, and as you can see, we have the slider, and as you can see, there's the difference: color blue and then color black, which is the before and the after. So that's it. I'm very satisfied with the result. It looks really good and really clean. It didn't change any other details in the photo. So that's it. On the AI image generator, you can just put whatever you'd want to be edited on the image here in the prompt, and it will now do the editing for you. You don't need any editing skills. Next is that we have the AI video generator. So this time, instead of the image, we can now generate a video using AI. So in here, we have the settings here on the right again. You can choose the model. So we have more choices now. You can go for Kling 1.6, Kling 2.1, Kling 2.5 Turbo Pro, and 1, depending on which one you prefer. So now let me tell you on what each one does best, so you know which one to use on the output that you'd want to get. So first is Kling 1.6. So this is perfect if you just want quick, visually appealing short clips. And Kling 2.1 would feel like the sweet spot for creators who want cinematic storytelling with smoother realism. And Kling 2.5 Turbo Pro is the powerhouse, best when you need professional grade action or emotionally rich scenes. And finally, 1 is more about flexibility and accessibility, especially if you value open source tools and want to experiment with custom workflows. So as for this one, I'm just going to go for Kling 2.5 Turbo Pro. Next is that you'd want to now upload your image. So as for this one, is that it's actually a must here in AI image generator, because you wouldn't be able to proceed if you don't add an image. So I'm going to go click here and just simply upload an image in here. Is that I'm going to go for this image again. And then next, you could go for the freedom level. So this is basically the prompt adherence that we had here in the AI image generator, but this time it's for video. We have the aspect ratio, choose which one you want, the quality, and duration. Take note that the quality depends on the model that you choose. For example, on 1.6, you can go for 720p. And then you also have negative prompt, so you could fill this in if there are things that you'd want to avoid in the results. I don't have anything in mind, so I'm just going to skip that. And now I'm going to go here and build my prompt. So I'm going to go for the subject is jumping with joy after posing, just like that. So it's a very simple prompt in here. And then, yeah, let's see on what the AI would be able to do with this prompt and the settings. So click here on generate. All right, so now here's the result. Now we can view this. We can click on the video and let's play it. There it is. As you can see, the character is now jumping out of joy with a smile on her face. So that's basically what we wanted. And she did it after posing, as you can see, as directed on our prompt. So overall, I'm satisfied with the video. And you get to see that it only cost me 4.38 coins or credits. Now in here, in this video, you can download. You can use this on a face swap. You could reuse the prompt or reuse the image that was used in here. So depending on how you'd want to do it. So that's it on how you could generate a video here in Pykaso using the AI. Next is that we have the image to prompt. So in here, you can now generate prompts from your images. So in here is that you can click on this button here on the right side, You can upload the image, and then the AI will now create a prompt out of that image, so you can use that later on generating your content here in Pykaso or even in other platforms. So now I'm going to click here on generate for this image, and it's really that simple in here. So you just have to upload and click on generate, and it will now generate the prompt. As you can see, it says prompt generated successfully. So just wait for this to appear. It's currently loading. It should be fast because it's only generating a prompt from your image. All right, it is now done, and as you can see, it has made a very specific prompt right here out of our image. So you could also use this if you'd want to. So this is really helpful, especially if you stumble upon an image that you like but are not sure on how you can recreate it. So this is the way for you to do it by just simply copying this prompt right here. Then you gain the insight to the AI's language and can build your own variations more confidently. So maybe from this prompt right here, you can edit it a bit if you'd want to make some changes into the image or in the prompt. So you can click here on the copy button if you'd want to use it. So that's it. Next is that we have the skin upscaler. So with this is that you just need to upload the image right here on the right side. So for example, is that I'm just gonna go and upload a photo here of my character, for example this one, which is a close-up look so that it would highlight the skin more. And next is that we can go for the advanced parameters. So in here you could go for the strength with the slider in here. So the stronger or the higher the value it is, then the more upscale will happen on the skin. So let's say that I'm just going to go for 0.45. You don't want it to be too high because it might overscale the skin and would result in a worse image. Resolution here, you can go for 2MP or 4MP. I'm going to go for 4, but take note it's going to cost more credits if you go for higher quality. And then region focus, I'm going to go for face only because there's only face here on the character. You could also go for face plus body if you'd want. So I'm going to go for face only. And from here, I'm going to click on start upscale now. And then we should now be able to see the improvement on the skin. All right, so now here's the result. We can now click on it to expand. And now let's compare it so that we can see the difference. Click here. And then here it is. As you can see, the skin is now much more in higher quality. It's now not more pixelated or blurry, as you can see here on the left side, which is the before. And now here we go with the after. The one thing that I didn't really like is that it added some more details on top of making the skin in higher quality or upscaling it. As you can see, we now have this lines here on the smile, which we didn't have. So the face actually changed a little bit right here. It's not like the original one anymore. As you can see, this is the original. And now here's the after. So it looked more mature. So it actually changed the face. So that's what I didn't like. Also the eyebrows, notice that right here. And also the eyes. There's a difference in here. So it's not just upscaling it, but it's also changing or improving on our original image, which I didn't really like because I like the original style or face more. So that's the only thing that I would want to say here in skin upscaling. Is that just it's also gonna go and change a little bit on the face of your subject, so take note of that. So that's skin upscaler here in Pykaso. And now last one that we're gonna discuss would be the pricing plan. So you can click here on get gems, or you can click here on your credits here on the top right, so that you'd be able to go here into pricing. Now the beauty here in the pricing of Pykaso is that they don't have any pricing plans, but they have gems. They only sell gems, and when you buy gems, is that you would automatically get the premium features or premium perks. So in here, you could just choose how much gems you would want to get, and then you'd automatically have the premium perks that comes along with that. So right here, as you can see, you can go for 50 gems, 100, 200, 420, and so on. So you can just choose the amount that you'd want and click on get gems, and then you'll be basically taken into the checkout page wherein you could now proceed into providing your payment method. You could also add a promo code, so make sure that you check the description of this video, use that link, and promo code if there are some promo codes in there so that you can get the best price possible. So that's it. It's the pricing here is very simple. You can use everything right here once you've chosen or purchased any credits right here on any amount. But of course, you'll be limited on the amount of credits that you have here in Pykaso. One last thing that I would want to discuss is the sell your content feature. Or actually, it's not a feature anymore of Pykaso because it's on another platform, but I think it's related to the creators of Pykaso. And this is basically where they are recommending you to upload or monetize your content that you have made from Pykaso, wherein you can just upload your file, set your price, and share the link for you to earn using your generations in Pykaso. So that's it on everything you need to know here in Pykaso. So that's it for this video on everything you need to know here in Pykaso. So that's it. Thank you for watching and see you on the next one.